Hi.
Yep.
Hi. Jesse.
Jesse, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Working for Zenefits.
Zenefits. Okay. How's your day going?
It's going pretty good so far, right around lunchtime, so I'm looking forward to lunch.
Yeah.
How's your day going so far?
Not going bad,
Good. I just wanted to start off by just seeing how you got to where you were in the company, and finding a little bit more about you and, what got you to where you are now.
Absolutely, yeah. So I am VP of Operations for Horizon Services. So I deal with pretty much the whole, I don't want to say I'm a supervisor, but I do supervise what happens on the day-to-day operations, what happens on a weekly basis, like reports that come in, all that. So how I started, I went to TCNJ for business.
Oh, get out. I actually graduated from TCNJ as well, yeah.
That's awesome, yeah. So they got me an internship with Horizon Services, and then I just stayed with the company, and I just slowly worked my way up from being an accountant to getting to where I am now.
Okay, very cool. So were you in any kind of fraternities or anything like that?
Yeah, I was in Delta Sigma Pi. It was the professional fraternity on campus, which it definitely helped me in networking, and I would say is responsible for me getting the internship in the first place.
Nice. All right. Just wanted to basically see what you needed as a company overall and how Zenefits could possibly help. Just how many employees do you have total in the field and in the office on average usually?
So we have about 10 people on accounting, and which in the office we have about maybe 50 employees.
Okay.
In the office, and then technicians we have, I would say probably about 50 as well.
Okay. If you know, who does your payroll at the moment?
Payroll, that is Susan. She strictly does payroll. No one else does it. It's just her.
Okay.
So she's just a single person doing payroll.
Okay. Is that just her job, or does she have another job as well?
No, she's the head of accounting, so she's supposed to see everything like financial statements, any financial things that have to do with the company. But she does do payroll just on her own. No one else helps her with that.
Okay, and I'm guessing that's not necessarily her intended role from when she was hired.
No, she wasn't looking just to do payroll, but she's the best at it, and she knows our system and how it works, so we've just kind of placed her there to do it because it was the easiest decision for us.
Okay. How satisfied are you with her doing that right now?
She's a trooper. She's been doing it. It takes her about 20 hours, which she could be spending, leading the accounting department, but we do understand that payroll does take a long time and that she needs to do it. It's just unfortunate that it has to be that long.
Okay. Is there a way, since you have so many employees that are in the field, is there a way that you can accurately track them to make sure that they're in the right places at the right time and getting paid for the proper work that they're doing?
So we have a way of tracking it. It's not necessarily accurate. So our technicians will go out to the field, do their jobs, AC units, whatever they're doing, and they're pretty much out the whole day, driving around, going to places, doing their work, and then at the end of the day, around 4 or 5, they have to come back to our office and log in the hours on a computer.
Okay.
So that process takes probably about another hour.
Okay, and that's you're obviously having to pay them for that as well too.
Yeah, so they log in hours that they do. There's no way of us to supervise if they actually did it or it necessarily took the whole time.
Okay.
It's just based off of what they say.
Okay, and how do you think that Susan's role of doing the payroll as well as her accounting roles affect the accounting and record keeping of your company and the company's finances?
So in the past couple years, since Susan has basically taken over payroll, it's kind of made everything a little disorganized. Things are getting done, but not on time.
Okay.
They're taking up too much company time, which is costing us money slowly. Financial statements, some of the newer recruits that we have on are not getting it done as effectively as they possibly can.
Okay. And how does not being able to track your employees' field hours as accurately as you want to affect your bottom line? I would imagine it's going to end up costing you a lot more money in the long run.
Oh, for sure, because not only do they log in hours that they did in the fields, which though we try to hire the most ethical people as possible, once in a while I'm sure someone has logged in faulty information, but we also have to pay them for that hour that they have to come back and log in those hours.
Yeah.
And that is really useless money because they're not really getting much work done.
Yeah, and I also heard that you're looking to possibly expand in the near future. Do you know how many more extra employees, field and or in the office, you're looking to hire for that?
So we're definitely going to be hiring more field workers than necessarily office workers. So if we open a new office, we're of course going to hire more office workers, but we're going to take some from the offices we have now and try to delegate more responsibilities to each person.
Okay.
With the field workers, I would say we'd probably have to hire another 15 to 30.
Okay.
And office employees probably another maybe 10 to 15.
Okay. So I know obviously, I think your company is running pretty well, but there are some ways that I think Zenefits can definitely help you. How would a system to track your field employees and where they are and what they're doing and their hours that they can track themselves, how would that basically help the company save the company money and aggravation?
So you're saying we would be able to track where they are, when they're actually working. It wouldn't be them logging in, it would be us being able to see.
Yes, as well. Basically, we're trying to save you money. And also, Susan not doing payroll would probably play a role into that too. How would that benefit the company if she was relieved of having to do as much payroll as she's doing now?
Yeah, so that would be awesome because then when the other accountants have problems that they need her help with, she would be able to do that, and that would save us time and money.
Right. Okay. That sounds good. How would an easier human resource and payroll experience help aid in your expansion and possibly be able to have you onboard even more staff than you're projecting to need?
Oh, that would be awesome. So you're saying we could hire even more because we'd be saving even more money?
Perhaps.
That sounds great.
We at Zenefits, we're in the human resource and payroll management software industry, basically. We offer a variety of features that would be beneficial to you, from payroll to HR and the like. But we also, the big thing that I'm seeing that will benefit you, we offer a time tracked and worked hours sync feature in our software, which your employees can use as a time clock to manage when they're working and when they're not. So it'll allow you or any management that has access to it to be able to track where your employees are and what they're doing at what times. As well for Susan, this is going to be a big relief to her and probably to you as well as the company's finances. Our payroll management features will allow for automated payroll management. It should take her or whoever you decide to take over the role of managing the software less than an hour or so, per pay period. You can track hours, pay rates, messages, and requests for time off right on the software. So if you do, any kind of written statements or anything like that, it all could be electronic now. So you could save paper, obviously, and then you could save time and money for Susan and the rest of the company.
Oh, that'd be great.
Instead of manually checking every text hours each week, you can just look right on the software, and if there's an issue or discrepancy, you can actually go right on and address it with the employee directly or fix it yourself if you know it's just a possible error.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, so it's obviously a much more efficient and less aggravating way of doing payroll and human resource management. I just wanted to show you Zenefits' website as well. We've been around for a couple of years now. But basically we offer streamlined hiring, so when you onboard and start to expand your company, you will actually be able to use Zenefits to your advantage to basically manage all their pay rates, onboard staff right on Zenefits, so you don't necessarily even have to do paper application and hiring anymore. Payroll, obviously, like I said, was effortless. You can get it done really, really quickly. The 20 hours, that it takes Susan to do payroll now will probably dwindle down to an hour or so.
Oh, that'd be fantastic because when it comes time at the end of the month to do all of our financial statements,
Definitely.
she has to do payroll as well, which
Right.
because that's at the end of the week,
Right.
end of the month, and everything, it just becomes completely disorganized and crazy. So
Definitely. And then for your full-time employees, you know, there'll be benefits management that managers can use, but also the employees can use to view their benefits, as well as time scheduling, so you can better manage when and where your employees are and when they should be on a job or in the office or not working at all. So, you know, this is all basically all included with the Zenefit software, which I think, you know, you would absolutely, benefit from for sure. I really think that, I really think that it would be very helpful for the Horizon Services to possibly invest in the Zenefit software.
yeah.
Is there possibly any kind of reservations that would, be holding you up from possibly making a deal today?
So only because, times are tough and with money, I would like to run this by the CFO of our company just to see what the correct step would be.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that's holding me up from taking this deal right now.
Okay.
So
Here's what I think we should probably do, since you do want to discuss this. I would probably want to discuss it with more than even the CFO, but if you want him, to be the center around this as well, that's definitely, obviously your finances are important. I would recommend that we meet in about a week or two, maybe this time on, 2 weeks from Tuesday.
absolutely.
And
we can do that. I'll set something
definitely.
up.
And we can even have the CFO in the meeting, that way, he has a say in what's going on, and we can possibly close a deal out, and, we can get the company running smoothly and help your expansion, so we can all be more successful here.
Yeah, absolutely. Only because I would have to run this by David anyway, so him being here, he would have all the information. He'd know it just as well as I do, so that would
Definitely.
help us make a better decision.
Well, that sounds very good. I'll put it down on my calendar. I can almost, I can guarantee that I will be here, and we can get something set up next Tuesday.
You gave me a lot to think about, so thank you very much.
Absolutely, Ian. I appreciate it. It was great to see you.
Absolutely. Have a good one.